Hey guys, for this video, I'm going to show you how I lured a warden from the ancient city through my strip mine, up a water elevator, into a enclosure I made for it. One thing I would recommend is, unlike me, I would make sure that your enclosure for your warden is a bit further away from your house than mine. I'm currently living in a water temple that I've surrounded in skulk, and because it's covered in skulk, when anything dies around my base, it will spread sensors and shriekers, even though I've also put some of those out on my own before I caught the warden. But the guardians will kill squids, and then anything that I happen to kill will do the same thing. So basically the warden can hear you from further away than he normally would, and on top of that it'll also hit you with the dark debuff sometimes inside your own house. So I would make sure that yours is further away than I put mine. In the clip that's coming up right now, as you can see, the skulk all over my base with all the sensors, and again, the sensors and some of the shriekers will spawn on their own as things die around it. There's always a chance that that can happen, but then anything that swims by, guardians, drowned, or even regular fish will trigger those sensors, and sometimes even me doing things inside my house like opening a chest will trigger them, and it will even get the warden's attention from that distance. You also want to make sure that the warden's enclosure is covered in wool, because you need like no sound if you want to actually be able to walk up and look at him. I mean, in my case, I was able to come up here, and in certain occasions he will shoot me, but in most situations he won't. But again, if I come from the side with all the sensors and the shriekers, he actually will be aware of my presence when I come onto the little island I made for him. The way you want to capture the warden is, first you need to make a strip mine to the ancient city, 3 blocks tall, 1 block wide, and any corners or turns that the warden is going to have to make, it's best to make it 2 or 3 blocks wide, just so he has no chances of getting caught. It's also good to make a trail of torches from your tunnel up into the shrieker that you're going to summon the warden with, so that you have like a pathway to run backwards, so when you get hit with the darkness debuff, you know where you're going. You're also going to want to name tag the warden right as it gets summoned out of the ground. That's your best bet, because you're able to name tag it right before it gets aggro on you, but at the same time that should allow it to aggro on you and chase you pretty closely, because as you can see in this clip, the warden's actually keeping up with me. Even though I'm moving at a pretty good speed, the warden's actually keeping up until the point where I actually have to run and jump in the mine to keep ahead of it. If you end up running too far, the warden is going to lose track of you, and then it's going to stop. But basically, it's best if you hear it breathing and you're still getting hit with the darkness, just keep moving as fast as you can in that direction. You can turn around here and there, but do be aware it'll keep shooting you with those sonic shrieks. And again, that penetrates armor, so it's best not to bring anything you want to lose. It's good to bring a bow with a little bit of arrows, so that you can also shoot next to the warden to create vibrations to keep it coming in the right direction if you need to. The trickiest part of this is the elevator. You need to make a 2x2 soul sand elevator going all the way up to the location that you want to send the warden. And in my case, I made multiple elevators, but the problem is that only one of them worked. You need to do one where you have signs on both sides, so that it's basically 4 pillars with the 4 blocks in the middle, and signs on 2 of those sides, so that the water source blocks are going straight down and they're not pushing outwards at all, because any resistance pushing the warden away from the water elevator will keep him out of it completely. You also need source blocks pushing him towards the elevator, so that as you can see here, once he clears that little elevated part, he's stuck on that side in the water, and then I have this little side path that I'm able to go down, but it's only 2 blocks tall, meaning he can't fit in there no matter what. You also want to tunnel on the opposite side of the soul sand elevator, so that once you go through that little side path, the only thing between you and the warden is the soul sand elevator, meaning his only direction to pursue you is through that, and eventually he'll get sent up the elevator. The thing about that too is once he's up there, you want to make sure that the enclosure that you made for him is done before you put him in there, because any adjustments you're going to want to make on it, he's going to be inside of there permanently after that, unless of course by some mistake he gets out, which probably is going to be even worse. But that's how I was able to capture the warden. After I drowned a warden about 3 different times and died somewhere probably around 30 or 40 times, I was able to finally actually capture it. It was a frustrating process, but it was very, very satisfying once I actually had done it. This is a glitch right here where once I name tagged it, the Warden was looking for me, but for whatever reason, even when I was directly in front of him triggering all the sensors, he couldn't see me up until the point that I walked up and actually touched him, and then he was able to see me. But as long as you keep the Warden's aggro on you, it'll run back to your place with you pretty quickly. Take care bringing anything valuable, because there's a good chance the Warden's going to kill you. And if the Warden does kill you and you have to run back to get your stuff, it's going to be name tagged, and because of that, the Warden's not going to leave that general area, meaning you're going to have to basically run all the way right up next to the Warden to get your stuff back. I did this with mostly things that I was willing to lose, only bringing a bow with arrows to trigger sounds so it would continue chasing me. But make sure you guys pay close attention to my elevator here so that you see how it needs to be made, because this is the only elevator I was able to make that perfectly worked. But yeah, that's essentially the video, guys. Hopefully this helped you in your ability to capture the Warden, and if it did, make sure you let me know. It's actually not as hard as you think once you actually do it. But yeah, thank you guys again for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Catch you next time, hopefully.